guys, and welcome back to another episode of Jalen Says. And today we are with Miss BossLady. She is a recording artist. She is an artist. She is a manager. She records art. She does a lot of stuff. She has a whole background in this too, which is incredible. She was born for this, really. So to introduce herself even further, here's Miss BossLady. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
Good.
Fantastic. So, can you tell the audience for short who is BossLady?
Oh my God, boss lady is just boss lady. When you hear the word boss lady, it's like different things, different people, a lot of background, a lot of positions. But I am Samantha, boss lady Davis-Croft. I am a full-time entrepreneur. I am a wife. I am a recording artist. I am an authoress. So many things. So yes, that's the boss lady. Everything.
Wow, that's incredible. Okay, to get the ball rolling, um, you started off with this at a really young age. Your whole family was really involved in it. So, how does music feel to you? How do you feel about music?
Oh my God, music is everything. Like I said, I was born around music. And pretty much that's pretty much all I know. I'm not a TV fan at all unless I'm watching horror movies. But music is everything. Music is my life. I have to have it in my life every day, pretty much all day, even when I'm working. So it's pretty much everything to me. Everything.
No, when you said you love you don't you're not really a TV person unless it's horror. My mom's like the complete opposite. She just loves every type of like TV show as long as it's interesting and not like the same format. She's
Uh,
like, this is cool, this is cool, this is cool. Jalen, come over here, watch this with me. Like that. But if it's horror, she's like, Jalen, I don't watch that. What are you trying to do? Like, yeah, yeah, but with having music shared with your family, like I have, well, TV shared with my mom and stuff. How does it feel to always have like someone to ask advice on about music and have people just feel the same thing that you feel with music?
it's a great feeling. I feel really good about it because music helps heal. Music helps with pain. Music helps with comfort. So I get a lot of people that matches the same as I do, like gotta have it every day, all day. So it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling.
It's incredible. So people say music is an expression. What music are you into?
Ah, well, the genre that I sing or what I grew up on, the first genre of music that I learned was blues. Okay, so
Ooh,
yeah, blues. I'm from Mississippi, where blues was born in from the Mississippi Delta. So just the first genre of music when when you're sitting around the room and you around your aunts and your mom and your parents, and that's the type of music that you hear. So that's the type of music that you learn, because you're hearing it so much. So blues was first, along with gospel, because I started singing in the choir. So gospel and blues is those were the first ones. But my favorite genre, I'm going to say, is R&B. But I'm a recording artist of Southern Soul, which is the new name, I would say, for the type of, I would say, blues, because they have changed the name kind of to Southern Soul, but it's still a difference in between.
yeah,
You have your down home blues, and then you have your blues that's associated with like R&B
yeah.
rhythm blues. So I would say R&B is my favorite.
Okay.
But I am an artist of Southern Soul and R&B.
I mean, if it's your favorite, why not work with it?
That's right.
Yeah. So we've been talking about your family in relations to it. So, how was your experience growing up?
Oh wow. Well, as a child, I pretty much was engaged in a lot of sports and extracurriculum activities.
Yeah.
I ran track. A band freak. I started reading music and being in the band in
Wow.
fourth grade. So I learned how to play a lot of instruments and I learned how to read music at fourth grade. all the way through high school. So that's why I love music. I can listen to music and be able to pick out different instruments that I'm hearing through music. And of course, I started composing music, as I became a recording artist. So, as a child, like I said, that it's just music through everything. I ran track again. I played basketball, softball, being in Future Business Leaders of America, FBLA. That's why I started to get a lot of my leadership positions in my life at an early age. Student council. I was the class president of my class for like 3 or 4 years straight
Wow.
through high school. So being a leader became early in my life to where when I became an adult, it's like it's a piece of cake because I was already molded into knowing what leadership was or is.
That's incredible. With being in sports and extracurriculars in the, I guess, body area, do you still feel a connection to sports and things like that today?
Oh, absolutely. I can get
Okay.
on the basketball court now. Yes, indeed. I am still connected into sports. I love watching WNBA. I love watching the women because it kind of reminds me of when I played basketball. I also like the NBA. And when I go to the park, I always play basketball. Sometimes kind of helps with me conditioning and exercising. So I still love my sports.
Yes. Okay. Okay. With growing up in a family that's also with your dad who was really in the music industry, how did that help you grow and learn?
Oh my God. Well, it helped me be confident.
Okay.
Because before my dad passed away, and I used to watch him play his guitar and sing and sometimes sing along with him. He would always tell me I was gonna sing one day. And I said, yeah, I'm gonna sing that one day. I'm gonna sing one day. But with me having a vocal surgery, probably 17 or 18 years ago, I was kind of scared to come, back around it because again, like I said, I used to sing in the choir, being real young.
Yeah.
So I prayed about it and God said, hey, go for it, I got you. So I end up having the surgery, end up healing the way that I needed to heal, getting vocal lessons and training. So now here I am. So I'm
Was
here.
your sorry, but was your struggles with your voice before the surgery or after the surgery?
Well, before, because again, with me being in extracurricular activities,
Yeah.
I used to holler a lot and cheer a lot, at the games, being especially being in the band, and just period as far as being in school, every game you're hollering and you're cheering and you're not paying attention that um your voice is a powerful thing that you don't want to lose. So
Yeah.
I didn't think that I was abusing it the way I was until I realized I wanted to sing. And
Yeah.
then I was like, well, wait a minute.
When I kept like when I was in a lot of sports stuff, I kept doing that. And I went home and I was like, man, what's wrong with my voice? Like I
Uh,
had a sore throat like in the summer, and I was
mhm.
still trying to reach like head tone and stuff like that. And I came out of that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what was the voice surgery for?
What was my voice like before?
No, what was your voice surgery for?
It was for to scrape my vocal cords clean. Actually, I had erupted them by singing a lot because out of the church, I had family members and we used to just sit around and just sing a lot and try to sing and dictate other people's songs. And like me, I'm more like an alto singer. And I would try to reach these notes that
Yeah.
wasn't for me. We didn't care back then when we were young. We were just trying to sound just like they sounded. But in reality, and you knowing that's what you want to be in life, a singer, because again, that a singer was my first passion, my first dream.
Yes.
So I did not know that cheering and singing these songs that was out of my range or different things like that was hurting my voice, and then not getting the proper training, not warming up, doing these special techniques and different things that you're supposed to be doing. I wasn't doing that.
Mm.
So that's how I came up, with it being like that, and I had the surgery, and it also was preventing me from saying words. Like I had to force myself to say
Wow.
words, and sometimes when they wouldn't come out, I'd just be like, just forget it,
Wow.
until a doctor one day discovered, like, hey, why you sound like that? You hoarse? And I'm like, no. It's like, no, don't nobody in the world supposed to sound like that. And I'm like, huh? I've been sounding like this over the 20 some years of my life. And they say, no, we're going to send you to a specialist. And they sent me to a specialist just to show. They put those cameras down my throat, up
Yeah.
my nose, down my throat. And it was just hanging like some dangling, raggedy meat. I had never seen nothing like that before in my life.
Wow.
I went on a Friday, and then Monday I was in emergency surgery. And I pray to God, I'm thankful that I did not like obtain throat cancer or different things like
Yes.
that, because I went years like that thinking that that was my voice, because in the history of my family, we have Indians in our family, and Indians talk hoarse. So I thought I picked that up from my great great grandmother. And the doctor say, no, you're not, I'm gonna have to send you somewhere. And she sent me, and just for sure, I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
I
That's
couldn't believe it. So yes, I had that surgery, that vocal surgery, and I even scared myself when I started back talking. I was like, who is this girl sounding like this?
wow. Did you feel a difference in your voice? Because I know if the pain's like gradual or something, did you like feel pain? Like, did you notice that there was pain after the surgery that it just felt like a relief, or?
No, it was no pain. It was so much relief that it scared me, because I like I said, I usually would talk with a force to try to
Mhm.
get out words. But once I had the surgery, it was like easy. It was like, like you could just say something and didn't have to force. I was like, oh my God. And I was just sounding so much softer for the first 2 or 3 weeks. I couldn't pretty much, they didn't want me pretty much talking at all because I was healing.
Yeah.
I know that I sounded different because when my family started calling me, they was like, this ain't you. This
Like I felt like if someone called you like if they haven't talked to you a while and that was before the surgery, they're like, "Why are you so mad?" Like,
yeah, they was like, let's speak to your mama. I was like, I was like, this me. I was like, this me. They was like, wow, you sound totally different. So just having the ability to just, be able to come back around and pursue my dream, do radio personality. Cause right now I'm in this radio room now, podcast.
yes,
But being able to do that and not have to struggle to get words and things out is amazing. It's a blessing. And for me to be, like I said, to be able to sing out of everything is amazing. To
that
actually be
is.
a true recording artist is amazing.
Wow. Okay. Okay. When after like how long after since you got the surgery did you start getting into singing again?
Oh, it was, well, I'm gonna say lightly. It's I didn't do anything for years. Like I used to like hum around, but
Yeah.
it was I was kind of real scared to do anything for a while, even just low singing, because I didn't know where it was gonna take me to. And I just gradually, because when you love music so much,
Yeah.
you can't contain how you're not going to sing. You will start doing it and don't even notice that you're doing it. So that's when I just gradually started coming back around.
Yeah.
I would say about 6 to 8 months just to even let anything come out my mouth with singing.
When
Yeah.
did you think of that as a career? What was the process to it anyway?
As a career, well, like I said, I always wanted to do this all my life. But my dad passed away 8 years ago, and it just was the thought in my head that he said I will always sing. And one day, one of my songwriters, I really loved her song, and I would say this was this year. Um, I would say probably March or something like that. It was around that time. And I was just sitting like I'm talking to you right now, but I
Yeah.
was on Facebook Live, and I was just playing her song and I was singing it. Then the viewers were saying, "Well, boss lady, you didn't tell us that you know how to sing or whatever." And I was like, "Oh, did they just catch that?" So I developed so many views behind it. And then I just went back and just had a whole thought process about it. And I just prayed to God. I said, okay, I think I can do this now. I think I want to pursue this now. So with my family, we own Elite Sound Recordings studio, in which that's where I am right now on Greenbright Parkway.
Okay.
And we have a full operating studio here, open 24 hours a day. So I said, okay, if God has blessed us with the studio and I don't have to pay for no studio time because I'm the owner of the studio, why not go ahead and give it a try? So I talked with my engineer, which is the studio manager, DeVoe, and I say, look, I think it's time for me that I want to do a song. And
Wait, the studio came before you singing professionally?
yeah, we've been at the studio 3 years because Niece and D Love do music, and plus it's open to the public to come in and record. So I was like, look, what other time do I need to come and record? Because we have invested so much in other people's studios for over 13 years since we've been living here in Atlanta with the girls, with my husband not being their managers. And I was like, okay, this is the home now. I can come here and lay how many records I want to and just take my time. So actually, this May, I came in and I went crazy. I went crazy from May to August. I have 12 songs. All of them are original. Three of them I helped compose. I did pretty much co-writing on all of them. So actually, if you go look at my page now, by October 1st, I have 7 new singles out.
Wow.
7 new singles. So I actually waited until August 17th, which was my dad's birthday. And I wanted to do something in honor of him because I promised that I will always keep his legacy alive.
Yeah.
So after this being my passion, is also continuing the legacy. My dad was a blues singer. So again, it's in the soul, it's in the DNA.
Yeah.
And here I am about to be out October 1st with 7 new songs. Some of them R&B, some of them Southern Soul.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
When
and I
you
am also on a tour. So starting a tour Saturday, this Saturday.
Okay, okay, okay. You and your
Yeah.
family started this recording studio together. Do you ever think of you and your family, daughters, all making a song together?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Actually, we've been thinking about it, of what we want the concept to be about. Because we always, let people know we don't want them to look at us like it's easy because it's not. It's not easy by no way. It's that you have to have the right mindset. Everybody has to understand the mission at hand of what the family is trying to do. And then, we can come back and tell this is what we had to do to come up with everything that you all see of what we're doing as a family. So yeah.
Okay. And with you and your family being singers, your daughters also caught that bug as well.
Yes. Actually, oh my God. I know with Niecy, I used at 3 years old. Well, I'm gonna say when she was a baby, she used to holler so loud, Jalen. She used to cry so loud, and my mama said, "That girl gonna be a singer." Look down her throat, her tongue was just doing this, and it was just shaking. I said, "You right." And when she was 3 and 4 years old, I used to be driving, and she used to catch like R&B songs like "Cut Close" and "Changing Faces," and she used to be catching the ad libs and stuff. And I used to look back in the seat like, "Well, wait a minute, I didn't even know the song say that," So she was observing really good and catching on to music early, very early. And so once she got and did, let me see, she did her first song at 12, but she had been in music since 7 years old. And once she got out, then her sister D Love say, "Mama, Dad, I want to do like Niecy." She watched Niecy for years. And she was like, I want to be in music. I want to sing. But she became a rapper and a producer. So she's the rapper. So, like I said, my husband and I, we do the artist development with them. I learned the business really well as far as all of the legal stuff, all about contracts and everything like that. So when it was time for me, it's like it's a breeze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What inspires you to manage all these artists?
Well, I only manage two, which is my girls, because I'm gonna put it down. Like, this is it. If you want it to be right, if you want to go for it, then these are the things that you have to do. I have had tons of artists that have wanted me to manage them, but I wanted to. Me and my husband we wanted to make sure that we had our girls on point first before we started to,
Yeah.
being involved, because we know that when we get involved managing other artists, it's going to take some time away. And we just want them to be fully developed,
Yeah.
when we start to do that, because we own the independent label as well. So, yes.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Pretty cool. When listening to people record their songs with recording studio, how do you feel when you hear new songs and people say them? How do you feel when the songs aren't that great and when the songs are just wow?
I feel great. I get a chance a lot of times. I can look on the schedule. As I said, I'm the owner. So it depends on what type of artist it is. Sometimes I be want to come in, especially if it's something different that I hear on the regular, like reggae artists come in. I come in because that's a different sound, that I get to hear. Some pop artists, we don't get to hear a lot of pop a lot around. So I come in and try to hear some of that. But if is I would say artists come in, I'm pretty much more on the artist doing the project right and having great quality behind it. Because when you come into Elite, you can't just book Elite for 1 hour. I made that rule be official because I feel like no artist can come in and lay down a great record in 1 hour. That's no. You have to at least book 2 hours, and then you would need to come back then to polish it up. So I would say just 2 hours minimum, just to come down and lay down raw vocals, you know, because you're gonna take a record home that may be first time you record it, and you're gonna listen to it a couple of times, and you're gonna hear, wow, I want to change that. I think I want to add a little bit of this. I think I want to take this out, and then I want to go back in. So I don't think that when the artist first come in and lay down a record, they're not gonna never be through with it on the first time that they do it in the studio.
When going back to your roots,
Uh-huh.
what made you want to switch from living in Mississippi to Atlanta?
Okay, great question. Actually, well, where I'm from is the Mississippi Delta, a lot of small towns. Um, when you're looking into music, like I said, think about me having eruptive vocals and different things like that. The resources are not there like they are here in Atlanta. You have slim to none vocal coaches. If you do have a vocal coach, it's a choir director pretty much. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that's a career that's really pushed, but you do have a lot of artists from Mississippi. You don't have the resource, you don't have the artist development, you don't have it to where they can come in and do rehearsals. You don't have the rehearsal buildings. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the podcast rooms and different things like you have here. So when me and my husband, when we noticed that our girls were gifted and talented
Yeah.
like that, we had to take them to somewhere with better resources, because if we feel that this is something we're gonna go hard at, we have to go hard with it on a professional level. I didn't want them to go through the same thing that I went through. You know what I'm saying? I wanted them to have a vocal coach, be in a professional studio. you know, to where their songs and things will be mixed and mastered on a professional level. Being able to know what their image supposed to look like
yeah,
as far as becoming a star and different things like that. So we had to get them into the position to be able to be a professional, you know, recording artist. So that's what brought us from Mississippi. We love home now because
yeah,
Mississippi is where the home of the music is. But if you want to do it a professional way, I think that our move was not just a move to Atlanta. It was an investment. And I still say that today. Why you moved to Atlanta? Atlanta was an investment. It wasn't just a move. Because when they were young, we used to come out to Clark, Atlanta, where they used to have a lot of showcases, different things. And we found ourselves coming back every other weekend. And I was like, wait a minute. This is a lot of gas. This is a lot of hotels expense. I said, but we love it. We meet so many new people. The networking is powerful.
yeah,
You know, all of this good stuff is going on. So we like, look, we came as a family to the round table and we said, we think it's about time. And we stepped out on faith. And when we moved, we went right on into our little place. We didn't have to move with anybody because God worked it all out. You hear me?
yes.
And we've been here for 14 years strong.
Amen. Amen.
Yes.
And when you brought a podcast again, podcast, are you a part of it? And what made you, I guess, as a family start it?
Oh my God, yes, I am. Actually, my radio is Sip Stars Radio. My independent label is Sip Stars Entertainment. So you see the Mississippi, even though we're in Atlanta, we still brand in Mississippi with the Sip. So it's Sip Stars. So I love radio, and I'm gonna tell you how I got into it. Back in March 2020, when the pandemic hit, I was at home and I had this blue room downstairs in our house, and that's where our studio equipment was. That was the studio room in the house before we actually got the official commercial studio. And I was on YouTube one day live. I said, well, y'all, I know we stuck in the house because of the pandemic. I was just playing YouTube. I was playing YouTube and I was just drinking some wine and I was talking to everybody, asking them how are they feeling about being closed up in the house. And they was like, "Oh, Sam, boss lady, you playing some good music. Play some more." I was like, "Y'all, I gotta go. No, 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 don't go. We loving this selection of music." So when I got ready to get off, I was like, "Okay, y'all want me to come back tomorrow?" They was like, "Yeah, come back tomorrow." And it was like tomorrow turned to the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and then next thing you know, I had still Sip Stars Radio, and then I called it the Blue Room because my room downstairs was the blue room, blue. And so I still carry that today. Sip Stars Radio,
Yeah.
live in the blue room with the boss lady. So
Oh,
that's how I got into it. And plus I was already connected with a lot of artists because I teach a lot of the business side of music, like how to register your music with entities, how to collect your royalties, how to plug into distributions, how to do different things with sound exchange, how to get your IRSC code, how to register with the MLC, all of that type of stuff. So I was already connected with a lot of artists, anyway. So it's just all just blended all together.
yes, yes. Okay. And also, woman of entrepreneurship, the empowerment of women.
Yes.
Author, what made you want to make a book?
Oh wow. Okay. So I would say I always it started it's still in music. Always empowering or pushing and motivating people to pursue their dreams. And on the side, when I'm at shows or different things, people will always tell me, you're so motivated, you're so inspiring. And then I will get their story. They will start to vent. They will start to say, well, I want to start this business. I want to start this, but I don't think I can do it. Or I have a family member, I'll tell them what I want to do. and they just blow me off and different things like that, and then they'll tell you how they're stressed and how they need help doing this, doing that. So I became empowerment coach. And then I said, you know what? I do this awful a lot. I need to start providing some services for this. So I went on and became a master professional, certified business coach, master coach, stress and anxiety coach. As you can see, all of that is on the, under my belt. And I just take empowerment and motivation real serious because I
Wow.
had to do that in my life. I
Yes.
to have a strong mindset. Being with just my husband and my kids, and we most of our family being in Mississippi, and we were a family, we did not mind moving at all to go pursue anything that we wanted to do. And
Yeah.
so these are the things that I instill into people is that if you want it, you will sacrifice and you will go get it. You will go get it by all means necessary. All means necessary. So from going from one person to two persons to a group of people to having empowerment seminars and then being able to say, well, boss lady, what are some of the things that you had to overcome and you had to do? Well, sacrificing, I had to pray, I had to overcome obstacles, I had to learn how to deal with rejections, I
Mhm.
had to learn how to deal with people that were close to me and family that felt that they didn't want to support me. So I was like, you know what? Let me just get a book together with all of these different areas and tell a little about them and
Yeah.
tell how you can deal with them. And
Yes.
that's where the first book came from, in which I shared with a couple of women that's in my Women of Entrepreneurship organization. I let them tell their stories in the book as well of their their business line and where they were and how they overcame things and how they wanted to give their inspiration story to the public as well. So that's where their book came from. And then I thought about, I said, wait a minute, a lot of people don't like to talk out to person. They have all of this stuff built up in them. Let me think of a way that I can still get them to release things, okay, in a more private way. So
Yes.
that's when I came with the Boss Lady Self Mastery Journal. It's a 280-page journal, my signature journal. And what it is, you can open it up and when it says how you feeling this morning, so you can check out, I'm moody, I'm sad, I'm happy. You get to put all of this in here and you don't have to tell anybody. You can put this in here. You can talk about self-care. You can talk about, it's some questions in there that gonna make you brainstorm what am I gonna do today that I did yet different yesterday that's gonna make me feel better. You know what I'm
So
saying? Well, how put some positive affirmations in there. I can, I will, all of those different things. So it's more on a personal level with the journal. And then I said, well, you know what? We work so hard every day. And not just teens, because my books is for not only women, it's for teens, it's for men, it's for women, because men self journal too now. They do. And so I was like, but we work so hard. So we have some people don't know, like myself. That's why I have the book. I said, I don't know sometimes how to treat myself, how to go out and have a great time because I want to master everything. I set goal, I do goal setting a lot. And when I do goal setting, I had to realize, like, okay, wait, when I get through goal setting and I master those goals, now I need to go celebrate. I
yeah.
used to skip that step and I go right into the next project and right into the next project till I forget to celebrate. I forget to reward myself. So that's when I came up with the self-care book. Different things that you can do for self-care. You can go to the park, you can go to the movie, you can go to the mall, you can take a vacation, you can
Yeah.
go to the beach. You know what I'm saying? You can do a lot of things that's inexpensive to still be able to enjoy life
Yeah.
after you do what you need to do, as far as accomplishing your goals. So that's the third book. And the fourth book is about family values. It's about family values because, again, like I said, I experienced a lot And I did, this is the thing that I dealt with the longest, and probably still got a little bit that I'm dealing with as being a recording artist, as being an entrepreneur. Um, and you're gonna learn this. I know you're young, but you're gonna learn this too when you go again. When Jalen's steady elevate, you're gonna lose some friends, you're gonna lose some family. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna lose some of the closest people that you thought that had your back. Everybody is gonna fall off. And you gotta look at it like, wait a minute, you know, I'm elevating. Some people can't go with you. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not gonna understand your vision. So um being able to have this book, um, I would say last year I lost a couple loved ones, and family fell out all type of ways. As you know, you're young. When people die in your family, the grieving process with everybody is totally different. Some people it never bothers. Some people be sad. Some people be okay. Some people argue. You got the family inheritance. Everybody's fighting over that. You know, all of this different stuff. So I was like, I need to develop something that can bring a lot of families back together in a positive way. And grieving was one of the biggest ones for me, and being supportive, because you don't want to go around here and don't forever talk to your family because you feel like that they're not supporting you for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Because it can really mess you up in your head. Or what? Well, we grew up together. You know, we never had any beef or anything. Why is this person by my side? Why is this person not sharing my things on social media? Why is this person not showing up in my shows? You know what I'm saying? You start to ask yourself this. And then the book, it helps like get you together to be able to go to this family member to say, hey, I need to talk to you. Can we talk about why you're not there for me? Is it something that I'm not doing that you not like? Is this a space in your life that you would like to be? Is this is why it's causing our separation? You know what I'm saying? And different things like that. So that is the family value book. It covers a lot of things that deal with family and how to rebuild the family values back together. So those are my four books that made me a four-time authoress. I became a four-time authoress in less than 8 months.
Four time in
Four
less
times,
than 8 months.
8 months. And I had to catch myself because one time I did an interview, and one of my WE ladies, they said, Sam, you said you became a four-time authoress in a year. No, 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 correct that. It was 8 months. I said, you are absolutely right.
Wow, that's
Because
impressive.
it's easy. It's easy to do, Jalen, when you experience these things in life, and you want to put it into a form of something that can reach the world. Because I may not know somebody over in United Kingdom or different places, and they are experiencing these things. Well, guess what? Amazon and my WE website all day. If you search this, it's gonna come up. So I may not reach you verbally, but I have a product online that can help a lot of people in their lives.
I was jumping into the book thinking you only had two.
I got
You
four.
got four. Wow.
Yeah, I got four. I have the self mastery journal. I have the self care awareness book. I have the actual empowerment book, and I have the building family values book.
Wow. Now
Yeah.
that's something. When
Yeah.
you were talking about your the first book that I brought up, you were talking about the struggles to get there
Mhm.
and things like that. With the 20-year period before you found out that there was something wrong with your vocal cords, what was your life at that point?
With the vocal cords in that struggle,
Yes, what was your life before you, I guess, got back into the world of music?
uh, well, I've been a nurse for 18 years. I was in healthcare. It's like this. My mom is a nurse. She's been a nurse 33 years. My dad was a singer. So it was like half and half. I took some of my mama traits as being a nurse. And I took my daddy traits as being in the music side. So that's
Wow.
where I was in between. If I wasn't doing music, then I was in the medical field. So when I started to become a full-time entrepreneur, printing company where I do shirts and things, crop custom screen printing, um, and then my own clothing line with family clothing line called BAO clothing company, which stands for bold, empower, you, optimistic, and yourself. That's like all of that together is what we experience every day in our life. So I was like, you know what? You got your lioness and you got your lion, you got your baby cubs, which is
Yes.
kids, and then you just fearless at it. You're just going at it. So that's the clothing line. And then we have the studio, and then I'm an authoress, and then we have the independent label. So all of that makes me a full-time entrepreneur, along with being a certified professional master coach, life master coach.
Wow. Okay. Okay. What made you want to be in the nurse field? Well, I guess yeah, the healthcare field.
Healthcare field. Well,
Yes.
let me tell you. Let me go back because this is something you definitely will want to hear. When I first came out of high school, I wanted to be a nurse because my mom was a nurse. I wanted to be a nurse. But I had my son at age 17 and I still went to college. When I went to college, I applied for an LPN program. When I went to my interview, and the lady told me, she said, "What do you do in your spare life?" I say, "Well, I have a new son. I want to have a great career to be able to take care of him." I said, "But I work now. I have to work, but I can go to school and I have a great support system." She told me I wasn't going to be able to get in that nursing program because she didn't think I had enough time to study. So I didn't get in the nursing program, but I didn't give up. I went into becoming a master cosmetologist. And I'm that too. So I became that was after I couldn't get in the program. I love to do hair. I used to do hair around my hometown. So I got into that program. I finished that. And then I said, you know what? I still want to do nursing. So I ended up going to a different college and trying it out, and I got in. I got in and I got my license. And I still have my license and I practiced in that field for 18 years. Practiced in that field for 18 years. I actually just came out of that field um, probably about I want to say 5 or 6 years. I was like, I'm done with it. I had got a taste of entrepreneurship, and I like financial freedom. I like to be free. I like to go when I want to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, look, I like to be off on the weekends. I love to travel. I am a travel agent. I'm a travel agent also. So if you look back, you always see me on the beach somewhere. It is good. It's good for me being in the music world because when I have to go to shows and different things, I can plug in my own hotels, my own resorts. And when I want to take a vacation from everybody, I know how to just call it up and set it up. So I position myself in a lot of ways to where whenever I need these different things, I can utilize them. So yes, that's actually how I got into nursing. And of course, when I moved to Georgia, Georgia don't allow you to bring any medical things in. So I had to retake the test. But I retook the test and I passed it on the first day. I didn't have to do the whole program over. I had a lady named Miss Abigail Jones. She had her school at Georgia Military College in Fabric. And I researched and researched. And I when I came, I was trying to get me a job, into the healthcare field because that's what I was in Mississippi. And they was like, "Oh, you can't bring your license." I was like, "What?" And then she told me, she said, "Look, I got you." She said, "Take this test. And you pass this test, I'm not gonna make you do the whole program over." I passed that test on the first go round and I went right on and got me a job and continued my health care. So I still love healthcare. I really do. I still help people with, trying to make sure they eat healthy.
Yes.
I still exercise a lot myself. With me being 44 years old and just becoming a recorded artist, of course, I have to stay fit on the stage. I can't be passing out. So I have to be, I have to be right being
Yes.
at this age.
When moving to Georgia, you said you had to retake the test again. Do you know why? Like, was it like some kind of different regulations in Georgia?
Yeah, it's Georgia regulations that, well, actually my license were for the state of Mississippi. They wasn't nationwide. They were registered for Mississippi. They wasn't nationwide. But when I came into the test for Georgia, it was a nationwide. So I can take them and work anywhere now. So I'm
Wow.
happy about that part that, I came on and you took and is able to, practice anywhere if I decide that I want to go back in that field,
Yeah.
then I can.
You know, I just recently learned a word. You are multi hyphenate.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So
And I
what?
love it. I love to challenge myself to do
Yeah.
things. hmm And that's how I'm able to obtain a lot of things. I will try it. I'm not going to never say I can't do anything.
Yeah.
Never at all. Mm-mm.
Okay. 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 With things that you say you never want to say you can't do, what are some things that you've been working up to do that you accomplished, and some things that you want to learn how to do?
Well, actually, I'm gonna go back to my vision board because I do a vision board every year, and I actually host a vision board. I started doing that last year. I'm hosting a vision board party through Women in Entrepreneurship because, when people put it on paper or be able to see it in color and be able to look at it every day, then they'll work more toward it, accomplishing it. So I would say, uh, mm, oh, I'm gonna say becoming an authoress. I put an authoress on my vision board because I said one day I'm gonna write a book. Like I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna go back to this. My mom lived across the street highway from the library. Okay, I'm the only girl in the middle of two brothers. My mom worked a lot. I'm a book fanatic. I will go to the library and just read books. One of my favorite authors is Danielle Steele. I used to pick up books because I like thick books. I was one of the persons that the librarian will only let take 10 books home a week. You go to the library, oh, you only can check out three, you only can check out five. She used to allow me to check out 10 because that's what I would do. I will, enhance um enhance my studies of knowing what words meant. I read a lot, and if I ain't know, I'm going to the dictionary. I wasn't gonna continue to read and skip over it. I'm like, wait a minute, I gotta know what this word means. Let me get the dictionary, and I will learn what it is, and then I keep on going. So I know one day I wanted to write a book, but being where I'm from, you don't see a lot of authors come from the Delta of Mississippi because again, you can think that you want to become an author, but who gonna help you get it together? Who gonna help you create that book? Who gonna help you publish that book? Who
Yeah.
gonna help you format that book? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't even give you the possibility to think it can even happen. You get what I'm saying? Where I'm from. So when I came here, having the network of somebody that does that edit books, that edit, I came in contact with it, which became my business partner and in my WOE organization. That's how I was able to do what I needed to do and feel good about it and accomplish that.
Yeah.
So, authors, being one of them, entrepreneurship, I realized I'm a boss lady. I'm my own boss.
Yeah.
Okay. I like to go as I please. So if I have to have multiple streams of income to have that financial freedom and that freedom of life, then that's what I'm gonna do. Because
Yeah.
I can take a break. whenever I get ready from it. You know what I'm saying? So there's, those are some of the things that I know, I wanted to accomplish.
Yes, yes. Wow.
Hmm.
Okay, when just as you're saying this, you were reading books, all the words that weren't clear to you, you searched them in the dictionary. What words have you kind of wowed people with that you were just saying like out of, I guess, common nature, out of just that's the word you use now?
I don't know. I can't say. I mean, I just talk a lot. And well, for me, I'm a person that in this world of life, when you're trying to explain stuff, and especially being an entrepreneur, you have to talk in the simplest form to people in this day of time, because if you go to using a lot of big words, you'll lose them. You know what I'm saying? You'll lose them, and then you'll have them scared to move on with their goals and different things like that. So you want to try to build a foundation in the most simplest form as possible to make them feel comfortable that they can accomplish things. Even though I may be in another setting and I may talk another way, but when I hear the observation of dealing with people in their conversations, I talk on the level that they talk on to make them feel comfortable, and still be able to be motivated and determined into what they're trying to seek and pursue in life. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be way up here talking and make them scared and like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, hold on, I don't even understand what she was saying.
Like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I
So
don't know what that means, but I don't think
yeah,
I'm ready for that.
or I don't think I'm ready to talk to the boss lady. She talk on a real professional level that I just can't grasp. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about listening. I do a lot of listening and observing, and then I go from there and how I'm going to use the approach to help people be successful in life.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What are some things that you're inspiring to do?
Oh, well, helping people stay empowered. We act and inspire. And if you look at my social media every morning, I have to come off with something like that. And people think, oh, you're so inspiring. You saw this, you saw that. But little do they know, that's a tactic for myself. That's a rule for myself.
Yeah.
I have to believe in everything that I put out here for the world to believe in. Whatever kind of quote, whatever type of saying or anything that I want somebody else to believe, I have to believe it first. You know what I'm saying? I have to know that this can be done before I can present something like that to the world.
Yes.
So that's why I am with that.
Okay. Okay. Now, getting into some other type of questions. What hobbies do you do when you're not in the podcast area, the blue room, and the studio, and just making your own music, being an author, being a mother, doing all these things? What do you do to just relax?
Oh my God, I'm a horror maniac. I can't wait till next month. I love Halloween movies. I love scary movies. It seems like it's like a comforting thing to me. I forever have loved horror movies. October is one of my favorite months. I love to go to the movies
Yeah.
because it takes me away. It takes me away from my computers at home. Because still, if I'm at home and I'm not at the studio, or I'm not, at a pop-up shop selling books or something like that, I still can be on my phone doing, you know what I'm saying? Because we can do a lot of things from our phone and don't even have to have a computer. But when I'm in like a movie theater, I know I can't have my light up bright trying to do things and disturbing the
You
movie.
can't even rewind it either, so you're just
Yeah,
like typing away. Oh, like you just typed your friend real quick, and then the moment you look back up, the credits are rolling.
right. So that part, I love to go to the park because I'm not taking no computer, nothing to the park when I go and exercise. But still, I'm still listening to music because I don't want to pay attention to the time that I'm exercising. I want to, give it a full effect and do what I need to do, to set the goal of what I'm doing for that day. So I love to exercise, vacation. Oh my God. Like I said, I love the beach. If I get too overwhelmed or if I'm about to start a new project, I always take a vacation.
Yeah.
So like I'm about to go on tour starting Saturday. Last week I was in Panama City Beach on the beach.
Oh,
I love going to the water. And if anybody knows me watching this, they know Boss Lady loves the beach. I go to the beach to release everything to the most high and to be at the water to express myself. Cause for one, the water ain't gonna talk back to me. The water ain't gonna tell me, Boss Lady, no, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. You know what I'm
boss
saying?
lady, what you doing? Like, come on.
Yeah. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna feel good and I'm gonna feel the waves and it's gonna clear my head and it's gonna make me be relaxed. And then once I get through with that, I'm ready to roll. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So I love traveling. I love vacationing. That is another thing that I like to do when I'm not, in a professional field or, on the music side. Mhm.
Okay. Okay. With all the places that you went to, what is your favorite so far?
Oh, I want to say LA. I love Santa Monica. Santa Monica is beautiful. I love Santa Monica. And what else over there? Long Beach. Long Beach is beautiful. I went to Long Beach, but I go to these different places so I can see which beach that I love the best. So, like I said, I've been to Long Beach, I've been to Santa Monica, I've been to Daytona, Cocoa Beach, I've been to Fort Walton, Destin, I've been to Myrtle Beach. So I just left Panama City. And I guess it's just the sand along with the water. I want to see the most Caribbean look ever. I want to see it blue and clear. So I feel like I was just telling my husband, I said, now it's time for me to rank these beaches. I've been to so many. So Panama City was the most beautiful as far as water, as far as the sand on your feet that don't get stuck to your feet and you could just sit out there and relax. So I would say Panama City Beach hit number one with me as of late.
Any places you want to go to?
Yes. I want to go to Tahiti. I want to go to Tahiti. I want to go to a lot of more of the other Caribbean type islands because again, I love the water. I like to see the beautiful things. I like to see them do the little dances and stuff that they don't do over here that I can go try to do over there and
Yeah.
hear the different cultures of music. Um, you know, yeah, those type of places I would love to go.
Okay. 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 Now I gotta ask you,
Okay.
where did the name Boss Lady come from?
You know what, Jalen? I don't know. It was given. It was given. And I cannot even think where it comes from, but a lot of people would say because I do a lot of multitasking and I have multi businesses. So that's why I started to come. They like, now, boss lady, you're doing this and you're doing that and you're doing that. And it was just constantly that name. So
Yeah.
I started to hashtag boss
Boss
lady
Lady.
after it was given to me. It was given to me. And right today, I can't remember. I just started using it after I heard it from so many people, and that's it. I didn't even change my name for recording artist. What's the stage name? Boss Lady. I have branded that name.
Ah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Okay. With the legacy of Boss Lady, what do you want people to first know you as, and then what do you want your legacy to be to the people around you, your kids, your family?
Boss Lady, as people know me as, fearless. Fearless. I'm not scared to tap into anything. Fearless. Ambitious, um, empowered, all of that on the boss lady. As a legacy, I want everything that I have started to continue, especially with my oldest daughter, Nisi, being the co-founder of WOE. She will continue that. The girls will continue that.
Yeah.
As far as the music, they were already building the legacy, and I was behind the scene. So hopefully, their kids will continue the music legacy of their great grandfather. So that is as far as legacy, everything that we have started as a family. I pray that it continues of everything, because we have invested a lot. I can't even tell you. God is amazing. I am not rich, but I know how to sacrifice and go get it. I know how to do that. And
Yeah.
when God see that you're working, and that he knows that it's a passion and you love it, he will move mountains for you
Yeah.
to accomplish it. Don't worry, just work it. Just pray and work it. Work it, work it. And he gonna move all of your worries out of the way. And next thing you know, you're gonna be to accomplish what you set your mind out to go out and get.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Now, before I go, because the time is up, I want to ask you first, who is your biggest inspiration?
You said repeat that for me.
Who is your biggest inspiration?
Oh, biggest inspiration. I would say my kids is my biggest inspiration, and my husband. Because I'm the pusher of the family, and they look for that. I inspire the family to be who they want to be. So I would say my kids inspire me. They watching me. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna understand this one day. When you have kids, they're gonna watch everything that you do, and that's what's going to make them. That's why you are who you are, Miss Cat. You watch your mom, you watch your parents. So my kids watch me, how I'm a go getter, how I'm not scared to go get what I'm going to get, and the things that we're doing as a family to accomplish. So I think that um the kids, our family within, immediate family.
Okay. Now, before you go, can you tell people where they could find more information about Boss Lady, recording studio, your podcast, the tour, your music, your books, all of that jazz?
Okay, so let's start with the books. The books are on Amazon. All you have to do is type in "women in entrepreneurship," or you can type in Samantha Boss Lady Davis-Croft. Anything dealing with women in entrepreneurship, they all should come up. Or you can visit women in entrepreneurship LLC.com. That way, you'll be able to see everything that I specialize in. As far as being certified in different areas as master coaching, professional master coaching, goal setting, business, entrepreneurship, all of that good stuff is on there. My bio is on there. The team is on there. I even have empowerment apparel on there. So if you want to have inspiration shirts on, if you want a mug or anything like that in your life that you want to look at for inspiration, all of that is on women in entrepreneurship LLC.com. As far as social media, you can find me. My personal page is authoress Samantha Boss Lady Davis Croft. I know y'all is real long, but I have to put all of that in there. The recording artist page for Facebook is simply Boss Lady. That's all you have to type in for that. IG is Boss Lady Croft, Croft, just like Lara Croft. Boss Lady Croft, and it's the same thing for TikTok. I'm trying to get used to TikTok, but I do have a TikTok. And then for YouTube is the official Boss Lady. There you'll find all of my official videos, all my blogs, all of my music is there, all of my live interviews is there. Even some of these interviews that I do, like this, is going to be on there as well. So a day in the life of the Boss Lady is going to be in there, behind the scenes. All of that will be on the official Boss Lady on YouTube. So those are my outlets, so where you'll find me at.
I just found a picture of the team. I think it's an old picture.
Yes.
It says, is that your daughter down there in your lap?
Oh yes, that is Nisi. To the left, D Love with the peace sign. That's my daughter-in-law behind the girls. That's my grandbaby that's sitting in my lap, Zahara. That's my son to the right. Where's to the right of me? He got the white shirt on. And that's my husband Ben that's standing behind me. But we also have another addition to the family. I have a grandson now, so he's about to turn 1 in September. He just wasn't there. So that's pretty much, actually, that picture is the opening day of Elite Sound Recordings. We was in Studio B and we took a picture in there.
Wow,
So yeah,
that's
yes.
incredible. Oh,
Yes.
well, thank you so much for coming on today. Thank you for sharing your story to the audience.
Thank you. Thank you, Jalen, for having me. And look, I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. I don't know if you remember, you was young when I first met you, and it was good seeing you at the at the Atlanta event. A couple the Southern Soul event a couple
Yes.
a month ago or so, and that's when I caught back up with your mom. And trust me, guess what she said? Boss lady, I said, "Yep, this me." So yeah, she didn't forget me. So I want to give a major shout out to Miss Cat. Miss Cat
Yeah.
made sure that we reconnected again, and I really, really love that. That we didn't forget each other.
Yes. Wow. Well, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes. And thank you to the wonderful audience out there. My birthday was just like how many days ago? Like 8 now. Yeah, 8 now. And my mom's birthday is coming up in 5 days. So yeah, that's pretty cool. It's really exciting. I didn't tell Miss Boss Lady this, but they made a new Walkman. Like they made a new one for this year. I got it for my birthday, which is pretty cool. Also about the event you just said, it's editing right now, so it'll be out very soon. I'm telling you that. And also, just thank you guys so much. Make sure to subscribe, like, share the video. It supports me a lot, and I really appreciate it when you guys do that. Um, yeah, she was talking about horror movies, how that's her fave. You know, I never saw one, and yeah, you could blame my mom for that. I was like, "Hey, mom, I want to watch some horror movies." Well, you're gonna find someone to watch that with because it's not gonna be me. That's what she's not into horror movies. I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna find a way. But really, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for coming on. Thank you guys for support. I really appreciate it, and I mean, just thank you guys and stay tuned. Peace.